now, 40 minutes later, while I figure out my freaking lighting. I can do that. Is that better? I don't know. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm dark today. I've been very naughty though. On 2 counts. Because, well, first off... Well, hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm 45 from the Netherlands, hence the accent. And today I am going to play with the latest release from Nabla, which is their Skin Realist. I ordered mine off of Nabla's website the day of the launch and it came yesterday. And yesterday was, what was it? The 23rd of April. And I'm going to try it today. So I ordered the shade Light, but
I hate it.
It's pretty dark, I think. So yeah, let's see how it goes, or maybe it's just the outside that is darker and the inside is light. I don't know, but we are going to try it now. There is a lot of things going on in my face right now, as you can see, and I know this is a tinted balm, so I am fully expecting to need concealer as well. But first, let me kind of tell you a little bit about this. It retails for 30 euros. However, when I'm filming this, and I'm filming this on Saturday. So yesterday for you, if all goes well, you can get 20% off of Nabla's site. And that is what I did. Let's see, descriptions. It's a beautifying tinted balm with hyaluronic acid and microspheres. So this is how it looks. Let's be fancy while I'm talking. Blending seamless, creamy texture, hybrid of makeup and skincare, blends seamlessly with the skin. It evens out the complexion and instantly, oh yes, and it is a pump, and instantly gives a fresh, healthy, lifted, plumped appearance with a radiant and smooth finish. Now there are a bunch of good ingredients in here, so basically it's more of a tinted balm. So I don't even know if you can consider it a skin tint. The thing that I was kind of like, I don't know if this is handy for me, or at least that I will get the benefits, is because I'm wearing sunscreen as well. This does not contain SPF. I always wear a separate sunscreen. And I have that on already, including my skincare. Oh, by the way, this is 48 milliliters. It is 1.6 fluid ounces. Usually you get 30. So then for the price, and then with 20% off, I did not think, it wasn't very cheap, but not a very bad deal, I think. Now, they say that it is best applied with the fingers or with a brush. Let's see, I have a brush here that I kind of like to use a little bit. I also pulled in some green correcting primer. I cannot link this because this is Israeli, but that's okay, because this also has a pump system and I think that's handy to kind of mix in, you know. So I have my mixing sheet here as well. First, let's shake everything up a little bit. And I'm actually having a very full day today because I am getting ready to go walking with my bestie. We always do that on Saturday and we walk for a few hours in the morning. And then after that I am going to take my mother to the hospital to get her second vaccination. So I am, yeah, very much able to test it out. Wow, it was a little bit difficult. So let's okay. So it is thicker than I thought it was, and it is pretty, yeah, I'm just going to try it. I want to say I want to mix in a green, but maybe I don't need to. Let's see what it happens, because yeah. So let's see what happens with the fingers. I don't know if I'm blending it away or not. So let me get my magnifying mirror so I can see what's happening. Yeah. So what's happening is that I am having a few dry patches. So I'm going to use a brush. Oh, but I cannot do that right now. So let me use a brush. And then just stipple it on, because when I rub the dry patches up. Does that make sense? Not too shabby. Now, is the color perfect match? No. But I don't know if there even is an olive skin tint. So there's that. The second pump, it's just going to go on the back of my hand. It's a bit of a, did I show you? It's a thicker consistency. still for light, I think it's actually pretty dark. So they have one lighter than this. Well, basically, because it's a tinted balm, you can kind of get away with a lot, and I agree. I don't know what's the difference though between this one and a BB cream then. Okay, pump number 3 for the forehead. And I think that's because I'm using a brush or something. Maybe I'm just caking it on too much. Could be that. Because yeah, it is after all a balm. So basically a cream and not truly a foundation, you know. However, for the fact that it is just a tinted balm, it gives me quite a lot of coverage. I don't know if it's making my face orange though. And what I want is actually go over it with a sponge. Yeah. So I just have a wet sponge. I'm just going to, Lord, tap over. So yeah, it does not cover the front, but I did not expect it to. It did make it less red though, and I'm actually curious what happened. I don't even know if I can treat this like a foundation, but let's see if we can build it up in certain places. I'm not really expecting it to though, because I feel like this is a very, very different product than what I usually use. I don't know, I feel like the Fenty one is even more of a foundation than this one is, if that makes any sense. It kind of feels somewhere along the lines of the It's CC cream, but better. But the same type of product, you know? I think I can build it up though. Okay, so let's let that sit for a while I grab concealer and put the mirror back where it needs to be, because yeah, I kind of do need concealer. And I do like a product like this, and I did not think that I kind of would. But I find myself just wanting to have something on my face without, I don't know, wanting to do foundation. If that makes any sense. Just something that you can slap on, but I know myself, I'm not really a slap on type of person. As you can see, because I'm kind of putting concealer everywhere. It feels sticky still. It feels like it needs to settle in, like a cream. Yeah. So let me zoom you. Let me kill the lighting first a little bit, or let's make it a little bit darker. I think this is better. I hope at least. So yeah. This is what it's looking like. And it is kind of settling a little bit, but not a lot. Now you can obviously powder this. And I don't feel like it's settling into my lines. I do feel like I have a lot on, but then again, I have a lot on. So that's not really weird now, is it? Okay, let me put the lighting back the way I want it. I'm going to do the rest of my face, and yeah, then show you kind of how it looks when everything is done. I'm also going to show you what it looks like in natural light. I don't know if it's light enough outside yet. I think it is. And I don't know if I will be able to do midday check-in. I don't think I will have the time, but you never know. And I am planning on wearing it for as long as possible and coming back at the end of the evening to show you how it looks. So yeah, I did not expect as much coverage as it gives me, because I truly had foundations that gave me less. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest of my face and then I will be back. Am I going to powder it? I don't know yet. I'm going to put on a few cream products first. Yes. I'm back, obviously. Yeah, I put on some cream products. I put on a face powder and did my eyes. I've been very naughty though, on 2 counts, because, well, first off, I did not use an eyeshadow primer. I know. and I didn't film it. I just went playing. I used the Zelone palette from Glam Shop, and I used the Morlova palette from Glam Shop. So basically I used a few of the green mattes from this one, and I used some of the orangey peachy shimmers from the other one. And yeah, that's it. And on my lips is the Nabla lip plumper, and I actually just put on the Neve Cosmetics, what is it? Lip balm in Spiceup that I got as a present, and I thought, let me put it on because yeah, I wanted to keep it natural today. That's why I'm not wearing falsies. Don't judge. But I did want to, I don't know, I wasn't going to do eyeshadow, and then I was like, I am, and then this happened. So yeah, this is how I'm going to go walking and such. Still very natural. So let me kind of tell you how it feels right now. So the powder that I used is the Revolution Hydra Matte powder, and the reason that I use this is because it was a little bit too creamy still for my liking, and I actually think that this foundation can handle this powder. And why am I saying that? Because this has I think hyaluronic acid in it, and that basically sucks up the moisture that it can get, you know. So if I have a foundation that's very dewy and it doesn't set enough, or I'm very sweaty, I can kind of use that powder to help combat that a little. So I used it, and it still looks very, very natural. So it's not really a mattifying powder for me, at least. But at least my face isn't sticky anymore, which I detest. Yes, I caked it on. That's what I did. I did not really use it as basically a tinted face cream. I used it more along the lines of a foundation or a CC cream. So for what it is, I think it gives me, well, quite a bit of coverage. Do I still see my skin through? Yes, but that's the kind of product that it is. So yeah, but it did play well with the rest. So let me zoom you in and make it a little darker. So you can see what's happening. So yeah, you still see my skin, but it's basically just my skin and then better. You can still see here, oh, that side. You can still see, well, basically the things there. That's what I usually cover with blush. But when I put my freckles on, I kind of lifted everything off a little bit again. I should do that with my fingers, or just not, because my skin is still showing through. Maybe I don't even need it. Now, what I like most about this product on first idea is the fact that you can play with it. So I can use it as a tinted cream if I want to. I can kind of build it up a little bit more. If I use a spot concealer, I can build it up even more, you know. What I do notice though is that it kind of clung to some of my dry patches, but that could be application error, because I feel this is more hydrating than the Fenty one, and the Fenty one also clings to dry patches. So I am going to try it out more. I feel though that now that it has kind of settled a little bit, it almost seems to, basically like a cream does, sink into your skin and hydrate the top layers a little bit more. So yeah, I think it looks pretty. I am going to show, my bags are so, no, I'm going to show you in natural light as well, and then I'm going to go about my day. So yeah, everything else that I used on the face will be listed down in the description box, in case you are wondering what else I have on my, well, face basically. Yes, I am going to go now, and then next you will see me, it will be in natural light, and after that I have no idea how my day is going to go. See you later, alligator. And then you're supposed to say, for a while, crocodile. It's because of the eyeshadow, never mind. Okay, in natural light, ignore the background. How's the color? I think it is a little bit too warm toned, basically not enough green, but that is, you know, I knew that and I kind of built it up. So I am going to try next time to mix it in with a green primer, because I don't feel like it really needs a concealer. I don't feel like it's looking terrible on me. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, this is how it looks again in natural light. And I think it looks nice. You can see that my head is a little bit darker than here, but this part gets more sunshine than this part, even though I'm wearing sunscreen every single day. I tan quickly. But yeah, also yeah, I don't think that the color is too bad for me. And again, I can always green it up. So this was it in natural light. I'm going to go now, and I will see you in just a second for you and a few hours for me. Okay, stuff happened. Yeah. Yesterday was a weird day. Suffice to say, when I got home, I just took off my makeup. I was so tired. I just took everything off, and then I was like, oh yeah, I should I should have filmed the final check-in and my thoughts at the ending, and I failed. So I was debating, do I scrap the footage, scrap the video, and just basically do kind of a wear time test a little later on. However, there are things that I need to film, and I won't be able to have then this video up for you guys until somewhere next week. And I wanted to get it up as quickly as possible. That is why I am filming the ending now, looking different than I did today. Also, disclaimer, I have a foundation on my face, not this one. But I do have thoughts. Yeah, yes. Let's go to the application part from yesterday. I put on a pretty thick layer. Yeah, that's what happened. I put on a pretty thick layer because I wanted to know how it would behave if I basically caked it on or built it up. I do feel that I prefer it more with a brush and a sponge than with my fingers, but that is just because I don't like to apply foundation or some type of product like this with my fingers. I just don't. So, and yes, I know that I tap in my concealer and my eye base with my finger, but that's different. Don't ask me why. It is just different. So, the applying with a brush and a sponge will have my preference. Even though they say fingers, if you want a sheer coverage, yeah, I will just use my sponge for that because I know myself, and that is just the way that I like to work. It is a thicker formula, and for me, it kind of feels like a true hybrid between moisturizer and a foundation. So basically, if I were to have a full coverage foundation and I would mix in some moisturizer to make it a little bit sheared out a little bit and give it a bit more hydration, maybe that is what I feel that this product is. That's actually what they claim they are, right? They say they are what does it say? A Skin Realist Beautifying Tinted Balm. Yes, they're not claiming to be long lasting, they claim long lasting hydration. I wore it yesterday for around, well, how long was it? It was long. I looked in the mirror in, I think, 12 hours or something, and yeah, there wasn't a lot left. Let me tell you how my day went yesterday. For me yesterday, I went walking for a few hours with my friend. We do that every Saturday, and it was pretty warm, so I sweated a lot. That was the first test, and I wanted to do a wear test in between on camera. I forgot. That's what happened yesterday. It was still on though. Then I went with my mother to get her second COVID shot. That was in a hospital that is, I think, 45 minutes away. I had to wear a mask as well, and I wore sunglasses, so it kind of wore away a little bit. And then basically what happened is that almost the rest of the day I wore a mask. Now I have a very tiny head, and my face is basically covered in face mask. Then I touch my face a lot if I want to drink, because I do need to keep up my hydration even though I failed miserably. You kind of pull the mask up and down, so there's a lot going on, so at the 12-hour mark around that time, yeah, there wasn't a lot left here. Well, actually nothing. There was nothing left there, and I don't think that it is weird. So first off, it's not mask proof, but they are also not claiming to be. So there's that. I do feel that even though I was in an air-conditioned space and my face tends to dry out there, when I felt dry, it was truly at the end of the day, and I had it on for, I think 15 hours or something like that. That is when I felt it a little bit dry. My face felt a little bit dry, but not necessarily because of the foundation. It was more along the lines of here, and that is where I always feel when I'm a little bit dehydrated. This is the area that I feel that in. So I am going to try it out more. The next few days, I am filming with this one, the Camo palette from Glam Shop Poland. And because now I have a foundation on, because my face, I feel, needs more coverage today than this. So I put on the Urban Decay Stay Naked to give it more coverage, the coverage that I want. So that is what I will use for the next few days. After that is done, I'm going back to trying this again, because I know that I will like it. But when will I like it? I will like it on the days where I just want to even out my skin tone. And I don't have a lot going on in my face. If you want a light coverage that you can build up if you want to maybe on the lighter side of medium. You want hydration because your face is maybe a little bit drier. You want a dewy but still healthy glow without... I did not feel like I look like a disco ball or like a grease ball. That's usually what I say. So then you will like it. If you are oily, I don't think that you will. Maybe you will, but I actually don't know. Because of the formula. Because the formula is a little bit thicker. I thought it would be thinner actually, but it is a little bit of a thicker formula. Truly, will I like this in high summer? I don't think so, because the formula is then too thick for what I go for. So, would I recommend this? Yes. If you are normal to dry, very dry, I think you will like this as well. If you are normal to oily, I don't know. It depends on your preference formula wise. Because it is a thicker formula, it truly feels like you're putting on a moisturizer. I don't know, it makes me feel a little bit more like the CC cream. I like this more though, because it's not as heavily scented, but the CC cream has a little bit more stick to it, if that makes any sense. So this feels more like a moisturizer and less like a foundation. Yeah, that is what it is. So if you want that extra coverage, but don't, I think that is it. If you want a little bit of extra coverage, a little bit of evening out, but don't want a foundation feel, this is the one for you. I think that is it, because I was kind of thinking about how I want to formulate it, but I think that is it, because there are a lot of the time a foundation you can kind of feel, and this just feels like your skincare. Yes, I do feel though that I am happy that I did not get the medium one, because I just watched Lisa Lobotomy's video, and she is pasty pale, as she says so herself. She's fair. She got, and I will link her video down below, she got the shade fair and it is too dark for her. So looking at her footage, I was like, yeah, I could probably make that one work. So maybe that helps you a little bit as well. I will keep on trying it, but for now, you know my thoughts. It feels like a moisturizer. So again, if you want more, and I know there are some of you out there who don't want a foundation feel, or who say I don't wear foundation ever because I don't like the way that it feels on me, this may be something for you. Yes, that was it for the video of today, which was basically a bonus video, which I need to get cracking on while editing, because I want to upload it today, and today's Sunday. Before I forget, this look, so basically also this makeup look will be online. When did I plan this? Wednesday or Thursday? I think it's Thursday though. So yeah, if you want to see how I create this look and two more with the new Camo palette from Glam Shop Poland, make sure that you are subscribed. And that's going to be it. I'm here at the side to give a special thank you to my members. If you want to become a member, there is a link to join in the description box. I missed the half of my sentence, but that is okay. We are going to roll with it today. If you have made it this far, leave me a bird emoji, because I don't know why it makes me think of birds. It doesn't, but let's do a bird emoji. For funsies, yes. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I'm going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation or skin tint or tinted balm always match your neck. And I will see you tomorrow for... what's going online tomorrow? I don't know, but I know it's going to be fun. So make sure you are subscribed and have hit the notification bell, so you will be notified when it goes online. Yes, I'm going to go now. Bye.